Hello everybody and welcome to my first video on my channel. I am Red Pixel and well, welcome. I have made a build in Minecraft with the create mod, link will be in the description, along with a couple of other mods. And I'm going to show you a shop I designed and then I'm going to have a go at building another. To start off, I'm going to need some of the currency I'm using at the shop, which is golden nuggets and diamonds. As you can see, there's not a lot of options in this shop, but it was still quite difficult to make. I might expand it at some point. So, if you don't know Create 6.00, well, you're about to know. Create adds mechanical things and stuff to Minecraft, like spinning, like, for instance, conveyor belts, rotation. It's all around rotational force. But basically, Create 6.0 adds commerce. Now what I can do here is I can start a shopping list by clicking on these. And on this list currently we have raw chicken 1, which total cost is diamond. And then I can go to raw mutton, maybe 3 tomatoes, 4 onions and a cabbage. Then I can go into the small queue, I'll take a basket, and that's my list. 4 onions, 3 tomatoes, 2 raw mutton, a cabbage, 1 raw chicken, and a lunch basket. The total cost is going to be 51 gold nuggets and a diamond. I can click on the blaze burner. All the money goes into this, and I get my packages. Now that I've got these, I can open them. Then I can put everything I ordered into my lunch basket. Pretty cool. But then imagine me as the owner of the shop. At the end of the day, I can come to my stock ticker and go, oh, I've got 51 gold nuggets and a diamond. And I've made money. Basically, a super simple shop. The way it works is, with Create 6.0, in the back room here, we've just got an item vault with all the stock connected to a stock network via this stock ticker. You can see on the stock keeper, currently in stock we have this much beef, this much chicken, this much mutton, this much beef, this much cabbage, this much mutton and this much chicken, this much tomatoes, onions, and then the baskets. So quite a simple, not the most aesthetically pleasing shop. So that is the basics of the new Create update. Now, as I was saying earlier, if you're not used to Create, it adds spinning. To be more exact, it adds motion to Minecraft. For instance, one of the things it adds is automation. I can create, if I get some iron, I can stick it on there. I get iron sheets. Pretty neat. Is it not? And you can use this to make massive factories, which most of them are quite, well, not just quite, most of them are incredibly cool. And Create 6.00 adds the same idea, but differently, with the new chain conveyors. You can move packages, and today I'm going to cover everything that has been added in this update. And I know all those die-hard Create fans are going to be going, this is old news. It's been around for ages now, Create 6.00. And the people who say that, just be quiet. I'm making a video about Create 6.00 and you are not going to stop me. The first feature we have is a copper retexture, which honestly it's quite a nice copper retexture. The old copper textures, I don't know, these ones, I prefer these textures of copper pipes, tanks, I don't know, I think it suits Create more. And then of course all the big things, packages. Before we get onto that, we have the item hatch, which basically is just an easier way to stick things in vaults. You can right click to deposit your held item, or say you've got a lot of things in your inventory, but you don't want the things in your hotbar to go away, you can shift right click and everything in your inventory will disappear. Now, say we've got this item vault here, and say it's full of, I don't know, it's full of iron. This is our iron farm. So, I'll stick all that into there. And then this is our packager. Now, the new thing that's been added is the package frog port. This is really quite cool. It allows you to make networks using those chain conveyors that I showed earlier. You can create some really cool things with this, but I'm just going to keep it simple and go with a basic network. We've got our chain conveyor, which is spinning around, and we get our frog pot, and we simply stick it on there, and this one's going to be called Iron Farm. And then we're going to have another one over here. Say our Iron Farm storage is too small. We're making too much iron, can't keep up with it. We can stick another one here called store. Okay, scratch that. Called warehouse. Don't know why that was not working, but and I probably spelled that very much wrong. But who cares? We then get the stock ticker and the stock link. Now we can create a new link and connect those to it. Now by itself this link doesn't really do anything. What we need to do is get a blaze burner, stick it next to the stock ticker. There, we've got a stock keeper, and he'll show us we've got 1.7 thousand iron ingots. Now if we collect this and we say send all of this, well actually send 1.2k and send it to warehouse. This will send a signal which tells this guy to put all that iron on this chain conveyor, which then should hopefully be picked up by this guy who puts it into our item vault. Now I know it's probably much easier to just put a belt in, but what this means we can do is be able to ourselves request items. So say we have our base here. Say we have our base, and well, this is our base. And say at our base we want a stack of iron. We can send it to our base. And this one will send a package around. We can speed this up, by the way. This one will send a package around, which will then be collected at our base. Say we're done with that, we can then send a stack of iron back to the warehouse, which is quite cool, honestly. So you can create massive networks and shops. Now, the next thing we're going to be showcasing is the factory gauge. Now, the factory gauge, it's quite complicated. I still don't really understand the factory gauge completely, so this will be interesting. So we've got a factory gauge here, and we've got two there and one here. Now, the way I understand this is, say I want to, actually let's make it simpler. Say I want to turn iron into iron nuggets. So this will show me I've got this much iron, and I want to turn it into iron nuggets. And say I have a mechanical crafter with a, cogwheel and motor. I can use the mechanical crafter to craft iron nuggets. So what I'm gonna do here, see if this works, is, well, first thing I'm gonna do is try and see if this works. Iron let's just call this iron input, and then call this one iron output. And then we connect both of these to the stock thing. So the way I see it, you can, I think, have it set to iron input and connect that to that. Or wait, no. So shall we connect that to that? So well, couldn't understand factory gauges. Let's say that's enough for this episode. We've looked at packages, shops, and a couple of new things in Create 6.00. In another episode, I'll come back to factory gauges. So, thank you. This has been Red Pixel, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks.